Ya estoy grabando.
Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Legion on Zoom. This is not the usual. This is the ultimate Chuz.
Yes. And this is Miguel. Pretty regular Miguel, not ultimate.
Wait, so are you final, Ches?
Yeah, I think I'm at currently the most powerful I could ever be. First, finish the introduction, and then we'll explain.
All right. And I'm Rod. What's going on, people?
Okay, so we went to Comic-Con. It was lit. We'll get into it in a bit. Now, after the journey, I ended up becoming a Green Lantern with the power of Shazam, the star from Super Mario, the flower, and an extra life mushroom.
Yo, if
I don't
you're
think
out,
it can get more powerful than that.
yeah, I agree. If you're listening to us right now, just on podcast, good for you. We appreciate that. I said keep listening. But when you're done, go check out our YouTube because you'll see Ches in all his.
I have evidence of all
glory.
of this.
Yo,
my power ring, the lightning bolt, and every power possible.
Yo, I didn't
Donald
realize
ain't
until now, like the drug undertones of Super Mario World, like mushrooms, flower. Like, I wonder what's the star like.
Probably like a gummy or like an acid strip or some shit, because like you're seeing stars when you take it.
Nah, I don't know, or like ecstasy, because like the person's invincible, you're all good, or PCP.
I was thinking cocaine.
Yeah, or that too, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Because you're like hyped and shit. Because when you hit the star, do you run faster? You run faster, and you're like invincible.
Yeah, you're invincible because like you kill anything that comes up to you. So it could be like coke, because you also hear the music like yeah. So yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's go coke. Yeah. All right. So, and anyone who happened to scan the QR code that were on our stickers at Comic-Con, welcome. Hope you have some fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go backtrack, listen to old shit, listen to this shit, and listen to future shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. If you were there at Comic-Con and you got one of these exclusive Legion on Zoom stickers, I hope you're saving them, putting them on something precious, maybe like your child or something like that. That would go well.
Getting it tattooed.
Yes.
Word.
Yo, get the QR code tattooed and give people access to Legion on Zoom everywhere you go. We're fucking glad if you're joining us for the fucking first time. If you are, show us some love, send us a message on social media at Legion on Zoom, or just like email us at legiononzoom@gmail.com. We respond to emails. Yeah.
I was going to say, and also putting it out there, if you did get one of our QR codes, we're going to let you wonder if you were either randomly chosen or carefully selected.
Yeah,
we're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you.
We see you.
We see you right now. You're watching us.
Facts. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into all that good stuff later. Some awesome shit. Plenty to discuss. Adventures were had. We didn't lose anybody, thank God. But now onto some big shit. What if it ended? Some of the most epic shit I've ever seen with my own eyes. Guys, what the fuck?
Wait. New York City Comic-Con later. First, we'll do What If. Is what we're doing right now. I got confused.
Yeah, what if, man? Because, I'm sure the people are dying to know what we think about What If.
And people out there can watch, because we're going to review the last episode. So from episode 5 to, what is it, 8?
9.
9. Because
yeah.
the first 4, we already reviewed those. So go check out that episode, which I think it's called Titans What If, right? No, which episode was that one? I don't even remember.
Let me see the episode list. Which episode was what?
Just LoZ reviews. Oh, like the first 4 episodes.
Oh, our episode.
That was episode 51.
Yeah. Yo, what is happening?
What you're watching?
we're also recovering from New York City Comic-Con, and we're getting back into it. Yes.
Yeah. Facts, yo. My feet were killing me.
And also
Converse.
We're like jumping back and forth between Comic-Con and What If, but we're all wearing shirts we copped we went to the Thursday. We usually try to go Saturdays, but they stopped. We get in on the pre-sale and they sold out of fucking Saturday tickets immediately. Although I was slacking. this year, because usually I have an alarm. I have my tablet. I got like my laptop. I got shit. I call a service where they wake you up and shit, everything. But I slacked this time and I didn't like, I wasn't one of the first people in, but they sold out quick. But it turns out there were still a fucking ton more tickets available. Fuck that.
So we ended up going
Regardless,
Thursday.
Yeah, we went Thursday. It was awesome still.
Yeah, exactly. And then for those of you listening right now, I know you might see us. We look youthful. We sound youthful, but we are not. So we're too tired to go 2 days already. Like, come on, we got to rest. Because yesterday, Thursday, was an epic day. We were mad active all throughout the day. And so, but exactly like Rob was saying, we all got our shirts. You know, Ches, on top of all the Mario stuff, he got this epic fucking Black Adam shirt.
Yeah, word. Which I've always wanted one of these.
Yes, and I'm rocking my Thanos shirt right now, the Mad Titan Mad Retro Jim Starlin art. For those of people on YouTube, I'm going to show you right now.
Yes.
Yeah, go check out on YouTube. Go on YouTube to look at our shirts.
And I have a very tight Street Fighter shirt with a fucking Hadouken.
Oh,
I mean, if you think about
Street Fighter. If anybody out there plays Street Fighter and think you can beat me, I challenge you. I'll give you props on the show if you can beat me in Street Fighter.
Yes.
DM us.
Send the request to the DMs, the Gmails, all that good shit. And to be honest, I think that shirt is like video game accurate, considering how the characters, you know, like they wear their gear skin tight. So it's pretty on the nose.
Yeah, they're all on steroids.
All right, facts. Word. All right. Now, what if? What? Because where the hell were we going with?
Yeah, what if? Let's do what
Chess
if.
don't give a fuck about New York City Comic Con. They're like, all right, let's do what if.
What if Comic Con was good this year? No.
Word.
Go ahead.
Damn, burnt. All right, so the first one in the new batch was what? The zombies one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I really enjoyed that one. I'm hearing people say like it wasn't all that great, that it was kind of lazy, but I feel that I really enjoyed it. I feel like a full-fledged feature of that one would have been really dope with some more backstory.
I caught that pun.
Oh shit! I didn't even catch that
full-fledged version.
I didn't even catch that pun. But yeah, I enjoyed that one though. It was pretty valid. I mean, I would have enjoyed I think that Peter Parker for some reason, like, I don't know, like he seemed too hopeful. I would have enjoyed him being sadder, I think, considering the situation they were in. But yeah, it was a pretty intense episode.
And not just Peter Parker, like and we've talked about this a little bit on our chat, you know, but this was the worst episode of the whole first season, the zombies episode. I hated it. I thought it was stupid. It didn't really add anything to it. And yeah, you're saying Peter Parker, right? Because for the people listening, right, this is the zombies episode, right, where it's trying to do like the classic Marvel Zombies story that was written by Robert Kirkman, originally from fucking Walking Dead fame. Nothing like the book at all. And it's like, it was a very, very, I felt, Disney zombie world, because the biggest issue for me was also like Paul Rudd's Ant-Man, like the head. He was way too happy as a fucking head. Like, it's not. I'm not watching Futurama, and it's not fucking Nixon, right? Like, even Nixon was more in a bad mood.
Or maybe that just tells you like how strong his character is. Like Paul Rudd's Ant-Man, like, yo, even in the face of losing his fucking body, he maintains positivity for the team. But I agree with you. This was the weakest episode. And I kind of wish they would have pushed it more toward the end of October, just so we get it closer to Halloween. That's just nitpicking. And it's also
specific,
the least connected, right? But it makes for at least one cool move in the finale. Spoiler alert. We're going to break down all the episodes.
And the other thing, too, I think the other thing that bothered me, it was also, come on, it was one of the most hyped episodes. No, like when we heard that they were making What If, one of the first things they showed us was Captain America's a zombie. Like, oh, everybody was like, oh, shit, they're doing Marvel Zombies. Like, oh, my God. And we were like, I was fucking excited for this episode. And it's like, oh, it's nothing like the fucking book. It's not even honestly, I think I would have been more mad if it was even closer to Halloween, because it's not even spooky and shit. Like, it's just
true.
It's just not. It didn't fit. No.
DC, you guys, come on, do Deceased, do it right. You know, this is like those few opportunities when Marvel drops the ball. You can beat them in the zombie games.
Did they really deviate that much from the comic? Like, was it that much of an extreme? Like,
Yeah. Totally. 100%. It has the only thing they shared in common is that they're zombies and that, it's like the Marvel characters, but no, because the book is a little bit creepy. And then the thing is, because all the zombies in the Marvel Zombies storyline, they all stay themselves, kind of a little bit like DC's was they kind of go zombified, right? Like they're all like,
yeah.
But for in Marvel Zombies,
rage monsters, yeah.
They're still themselves, but they're struggling with their new nature of like, fuck, I gotta eat brains and flesh, and it's
shit.
So it's a trip to see like Magneto like fucking dealing with that and like defending themselves, and then eventually they're all kind of zombies, and it's a lot cooler.
That sounds super layered. The only thing in that episode that I felt came remotely close to that is how they did like a yin yang version from the whole thing with WandaVision, where in WandaVision he was dead and and she was alive and she was supporting him. And like in this situation, she was the one that was a zombie and he went to some like Walking Dead extreme to keep her alive. That was like, it was super. It was like the governor and his daughter type shit.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Or even before that, Zack Snyder and Dawn of the Dead, when his girl's pregnant and she's zombified and he's like protecting her and shit, and then the baby's a zombie. One of the greatest zombie scenes of all time right there. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
I felt like that part of the episode, like it added a certain amount of depth to like how empty the episode was, but I had fun because it was action packed. It's crazy how the zombies managed to take down a giant, what's her name? Wasp?
Wasp, yeah.
No, I mean like her actual name.
Janet Van Dyne?
Yeah, Janet Van Dyne, yeah. Damn, the fact that
that was gruesome. Yeah,
that was crazy.
No, it's Hope. Janet is the mom.
Oh, the
original
Wasp,
yeah.
Who was the first zombie actually at the beginning of the episode, no?
Oh, word. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's the other thing that pissed me off too, right? Because for Paul Rudd being in the mood that he was in, and he's the start of all this shit, like he witnessed like his basically was gonna be the mother-in-law come back from fucking the quantum world and kill Hank Pym, and what he thought was almost killing I think Hope, but then he gets fucking eaten, and for whatever reason his head survives, like, and he's just like making jokes and I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's just not.
All right, so fair enough. I feel like this one was the most mindless fun one. See, look, that was me trying to make a pun and that one didn't land. Moving forward, fuck the both of you. All right, so how do we feel about this one? Are we gonna do like are we gonna rate him per episode or just
I want to rate the
down
season?
The whole season, yeah.
All right, fair enough. So next on the list, we got one of the weirder ones. When what if Killmonger saved Tony Stark? I believe even in the realm of what ifs, this one was a little bit of a stretch.
What do you mean a stretch? What do you mean?
Because like think of all the variables like that had to come into play. Like Killmonger had to be running an operation in the same location, but then it turned out, okay, wait, by the way, before we continue, should we do a spoiler alert? Because since we're doing all
I threw one.
Okay, so a spoiler alert here. Okay. So yeah, like it was weird. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all over the place. I felt like this episode was very messy. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like it was almost too much of a stretch. Like Killmonger double crossed everybody. Like I was confused.
Yeah, I guess I'll give you that. Yeah, because I do think it added a lot of just run with it, right? Like, because they do explain everything, right? Like, because it all starts with Killmonger being there where Tony Stark's about to get captured by the 10 rings. And he's like, oh, how is he there? And they explain it because it was like Jebediah Stane, right, ordered him to be, I guess, right, to be in charge. So there was like some explanation, but it is a little hand wavy. And obviously then as it progresses, it also gets even like worse, like how he kind of just kills Black Panther. Like, como si nada.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, okay.
The whole episode was a platform to elevate Killmonger as a character and then as a villain, but primarily as a character because he becomes integral later on, right?
Later, yeah.
So I guess it is kind of random. I mean, the show is supposed to be random, but this one is very random.
Like it's random amongst random.
But it makes sense to have him since he's central to this like reality that that's been this version of the multiverse, whatever. To have him be there almost at the inception of everything with Tony Stark. Not that was the inception, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But I actually really liked this one. And it feels like those two episodes were like further apart for some reason to me. I don't know, maybe I'm bugging. But yeah, but the Killmonger one, like I thought showcasing him, and yeah, he was a jerk, but he was also kind of like Batman-esque, and he's like almost like top 3 at this point MCU villain. I thought it really showcased him, and Michael B. Jordan is fucking awesome, and he looked awesome as this cartoon character, and he just kept getting more and more powerful. It was a stretch though how quickly he deceived Wakanda though. That one had me scratching my head, but I get it. It's like a 30-minute episode, whatever. You got to stuff a lot. But yeah, I actually like this one though.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. And how cool is it that like Michael B. Jordan is voicing Killmonger like again, like because not all the main actors came back. Like Scarlett Johansson didn't do the voice. Obviously.
I forgot.
She's busy with the lawsuit and all that, which is good for her.
And it got settled.
Yeah, It's got settled. Good. And like, but Chris Hemsworth did do his voice. Tom Hiddleston came back as Loki. Sam Jackson, even fucking Michael Douglas came back.
That was surprising.
Yeah.
When I heard his voice, I was like, "Oh shit! Like, is Michael Douglas?"
Yeah, so that was cool, and I agree. I liked the episode though. I had fun with it from beginning to end. I actually even really like the because like right when Killmonger saves Tony and then reveals that it was his name is Jebediah, right? Stones, right? I think.
Jebediah Thane or some shit like that.
Stain.
Yeah, Stain. Yeah. Obadiah Stain.
Obadiah. Jebediah isn't Jebediah.
Jebediah's a country motherfucker. Yo, Jebediah is not qualified.
Jebediah is Stone. Yo, we created a new character. That's some Jonah Hex villain.
Jebediah Stone.
Jonah Hex villain.
He's not qualified to work at Stark Industries. Obadiah Stane. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my! Which is played epically by the dude, right? Like from fucking The Big Lebowski. Yeah. Oh, I forget. Brett Bridges, no? Jeff
Bridges.
Yeah, Bridges.
Anyway, but the point is that after all that happens, and then when Killmonger is kind of taken under Tony Stark's wing, I love that. Like that was so fucking cool. Like I agree with Rod too about like things happen too quickly. I'm like, I would have liked 2-3 episodes maybe of that universe. That would have been dope.
Facts.
To flesh it all out in detail.
I will say one thing about this episode. I hated the ending because it was the least intense of the endings. Like, fine, I'm all down with the whole, get Pepper and Shuri working together. But for them just to meet in the office and say, let's do this. And then the episode ends, like, So I'm supposed to believe that them working together are going to take down Killmonger, who deceived Tony Stark, deceived the U.S. government, deceived Wakanda, took
over.
What? Like, no. Not saying that they can't. I'm not being toxic. Back up, people. I already hear this shit coming. What I'm saying is that, like, I don't know, like it didn't feel intense enough of an ending for the situation. You get what I mean? Like, if they would have had, like, Shuri come in like with like some epic new Black Panther type suit, like, but no, like I don't know. The ending was very weak to me.
Yeah, I agree. The ending kind of just ended, and it's like
exactly.
I would have preferred they ended without that kind of like positive, like Pepper and Shuri are gonna take care of it. Like no, just leave it bleak. Where that Killmonger actually won and became
and he did and he did
but they kind of left it like, oh, he's gonna be stopped by them, and it's like, is he though?
Is he? That's the first thing I thought, like, is he? Like, but yeah.
And I will say, I will just add quickly to that, just to, quick in the news kind of section right now. But I think it's fine. I agree. Actually being toxic with Shuri, if you want, not toxic, but he's just hateful.
Damn.
I don't know if you guys seen in the news, because apparently the actress who plays Shuri, which is Letitia something, I think, right?
Yeah.
But she's an anti-vaxxer or something, and then that she's been getting in trouble with Marvel and Disney for the stuff that she's been doing and saying and sharing. And so,
Yo, I gotta see. What is it on Twitter or some shit?
I think it's apparently like within the cast or stuff or something like on set. Like she's just been sharing information, and apparently she part ways with her U.S. Representatives because they were all like, "These you gotta stop doing that." Like,
she linked up with Nicki Minaj's team and shit, like her fucking reps and whatnot. Wait. So as per you, it's okay to, and I quote, it's okay to be toxic with Sherry.
Nah,
that is exactly
not toxic. I don't remember saying toxic.
That is literally.
It's not like it's nobody stop and pause and rewind. Just keep forward.
Just keep it going. Just keep going.
So you're anti-vaxxer. Damn.
I do. I think so. I say fuck all them anti-vaxxers.
Wait. Yeah. I hope fight ignorance with hate. Yo. That's how you gotta do it, yo.
Facts, yo. He's pro toxicity towards anti-vaxxers.
Yo, at this point,
here's her mailing address. What's her name? Right here, sprawled across the screen. Check us out on YouTube. But you want to send hate mail?
Yo, everybody, reach out to Shuri, man. Shit. Anyway, it was a great episode. I loved it.
Word. Moving on. The next one, I'm not gonna lie. This whole episode felt pointless. Like, what? Like, what? I saw this shit and I'm like, yo, like I lost 20 some odd minutes of my life. And mind you, like, it's weird. It didn't suck. It felt pointless. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, what? Like,
I would argue it was more pointless than the zombies one. I think now that I'm thinking about it, it's between these two for the worst.
Now, wait. Because those are two different things, though. Yeah, it was pointless, but was it the worst though? Like, which episode?
Oh yeah, true.
You know, yeah, because I agree, it was pointless, but I was entertained. You know, at least from beginning to end, I was like,
right.
Fuck it.
It does feature Thor versus Captain Marvel, and if you're a geek, you want to watch them throw down because they're two of the top tier Avengers. Like, what would happen if they fought? You kind of get it here, even though it's semi-friendly, you still see them like express massive amounts of power.
Hell yeah.
I found the zombie ones more entertaining than this. This is like I wasn't a fan of this. Like,
didn't you once say that the zombie craze had ended? I think there's an old ass episode.
I stand by that. I don't give a fuck. I will die on that hill.
You're like, hey, the zombie craze
it peaked with Walking Dead. Damn.
It peaked. See, look, because it came back and you guys didn't enjoy it. There you go. Case proven.
Yeah. Well,
but ironically enough, I actually enjoyed it more than you guys, which, you know, says something about my character, but what are you going to do? But yeah, like this, like it just felt pointless. I like the way it ended, like Freya had to come get her son and shit. Like it was like, it was whack.
Yeah, no, like, and also like the best part was obviously Captain Marvel fighting Thor. That was fucking cool, and I felt like dope. We got like almost some Dragon Ball Z fucking levels of shit fighting across the world and shit. Like I love that. That was cool. But yeah, like a lot of also because I feel like this is the least like what if of the episode, because I feel like Thor wasn't that different from regular Thor. Oh yeah, he's more of a party guy, but like
it's the most feasible of the what ifs.
Yeah, but I feel like Thor kind of was like that at the beginning of the first Thor movie, and technically in the comic books, young Thor, you know, which, you know, we recently interviewed Jason Aaron. Go check out that episode. Had a blast talking to Jason Aaron. In his awesome Thor run, he did a lot of talking, bringing young Thor and regular, you know, modern time Thor, and then future Thor. And young Thor was all about that. He's all about drinking, basically having sex, and then like killing monsters, you know.
Said fucking, drinking, fucking, and questing.
I like the fact that he said. I like the fact that he said physically having sex. Is that what you said?
No, I didn't.
He said some scientific shit. I'm like, just say it, bro.
Oh, what the fuck?
He likes intercourse.
He likes to fuck, especially young Thor. I mean, he likes to fuck
technically,
all time.
Yeah, word. He likes to pillage too on the low. When I was
Aaron's
run, yo, that Thor pillages, yo.
He would pillage with the Vikings, like he was on the Viking side. If the Vikings are pillaging some other people, he would do it.
Yo,
when he was young.
That Thor was all about
I've never
white
seen
colonization on the low, like
Thor,
that, straight
like
up.
That. Okay,
dude. The one of the Jason Aaron run, think about it. Yo,
Yeah.
if the Vikings are coming on their longboats to somebody's shore, they're catching bodies and they're looting.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Like, and then because also Thor is engaging in anyway.
Yeah, no.
Thor did.
Wait,
that Thor did. Not
also,
Thor.
all the more reason to give it a shout out to Jason Aaron and his run. People go watch that episode, listen to that episode, and read Thor run. Because remember, the big thing with his run was that to show how Thor isn't always worthy, and this during those times, he was not worthy of Mjolnir, you know. So
yeah.
Because he's doing shit like that, you know, and then he had to grow up and become worthy.
But isn't pillaging like thieving? Isn't that another word for being a thief and stealing?
Yeah, the Vikings were doing all that shit.
Do you think Thor was like a pirate at some point? Like he was going around and stealing shit? He's always been wealthy. He likes to adventure and drink, but it's not like, it's never been malicious. I've never seen a Thor that's like chaos for the sake of chaos or villainous.
I think what was happening is like the Vikings would go pillage a place probably, and then, you know, if they were getting their ass whooped, they would pray to Thor, and Thor would show up and help them and just fucking beat people's ass. And then he doesn't know what's happening, and he's like, "Oh, you humans!"
But are we talking Marvel Thor or like?
Yeah, see, once again, that's what I'm saying.
Comic book Thor, yeah.
He was enabling the pillaging, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. He would go with them on the boats. Like, what do you think those Vikings were doing in
which comic does this happen?
The Jason Aaron run, dude.
All right, I'll check it out. I read.
They don't show the specific panels where they're out slaughtering people, but Vikings historically in Scandinavia went out pillaging. That's what they did. Like what? I don't get what you're saying. That reality wasn't real.
No, that I've never physically like read about the Marvel character Thor going out and taking part in like raids.
That's because until Jason Aaron.
The only time where you see that is when he's going to like Jotunheim or some shit like that, where he's destroying shit. Like you see that, but not to other humans. Like I don't know. I challenge one of you guys to present a panel.
But that's the thing. Before Jason Aaron's run, you never really saw Thor spending time with humans. In Jason Aaron's run, Thor spends mad time on Scandinavia in the 800s. What do you think they were fighting? Other humans. That's what Vikings did.
But they didn't just chill. Inferring
no. But that's the reality. Historical accuracy on Earth. That's what Vikings did.
Oh, shit, Miguel's looking it up. I mean, you can say this, but until you present a panel where this happens, like in a comic book, because you can infer anything you want. Like, Captain America, you know, he killed a lot of Nazis.
Yeah, he did though. Like they just
don't have the Marvel character Thor killing innocent people and robbing them. Y'all are losing your minds.
Dude, the Vikings that were on the boats with him, that's what they were doing. And he was enabling it.
I will agree once you present a panel. I'll take a comic book number. Miguel got it.
Okay. No. I will look for that. We'll find the panel.
Got it.
Let's move on.
Everyone who's hearing this knows what I mean. Okay, but yeah.
That you're wrong.
No, that you're wrong, but fine, fair enough.
But the Thor only child episode, we didn't get to see him do any pillaging, but we did get to see him fucking partying his ass off in Las Vegas, man.
Word.
One of the things I was surprised about that episode too, actually, was that Natalie Portman fucking voiced Jane Foster again. Like, it's like, oh shit, like that's pretty fucking cool.
And her intern came back. What was her name?
Darcy.
Kate Darcy. Who does the voice of Darcy? I forgot her name. Kat Jennings. I was gonna say Cat Stevens as like some singer from the 70s.
Cat Williams is the voice of Darcy.
But in this episode, we didn't really get anything freaky. You know what I mean? It was like a short Marvel story. It was compact. They were prepping us for the next episode. Which is this something that's ever like really been addressed in comics? I feel like either one of y'all could tell us. Like, has there been other worlds where Ultron won, which is the title of the episodes? They've done this before, like in comics, right?
Oh, 100%. So this is actually, we finally got our actual Age of Ultron. Because the second Avengers movie by Joss Whedon, right? The Age of Ultron just was it by name. That's the only point of there was an actual event called Age of Ultron. And there's been other shit like before that. But Age of Ultron was one of the most recent ones where where he actually fucking ends up taking over the fucking world. And then there's like weird time travel shit. It wasn't a big, it wasn't a big, a pretty good event, but where they go back in time to have to change shit to stop him from taking over the world. But so it's kind of like what we saw here. Finally, Ultron kicking ass.
And if I'm not mistaken, the pivotal moment that switched here was from Avengers 2 Age of Ultron. The Avengers didn't get the cradle back. That was the one thing that was different. So Ultron got to finish the Vision's body and upload his consciousness all up in Vision, like balls deep. So Ultron, so there wasn't really a Vision, it was just Ultron.
And who was the actor that did Ultron's voice? I forget. But he didn't come back to reprise his role this time.
No,
it was like a different voice. That's the only thing I was wondering. Like, oh, it's not this guy.
I remember the show. I think
Blacklist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
James Spader.
Yeah, James Spader. It sounded kind of similar.
Yeah,
it was pretty close. Shit, I thought he came back for that.
I heard Agent Smith. That's what I was hearing. I'm like, this guy sounds like, Agent Smith. Like,
really?
Like that kind of tone. I don't know.
So with the Red Skull, the Red Skull.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, might have been that actor that he like did.
I can hear that.
He did the Red Skull in
I can
Endgame.
hear that. Yeah, I can hear that.
Back. Let me check. Let's find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in this one, no, go for it.
Go.
So he got the body, but then how did he get the Infinity Stones again in this one? Okay, so no, he had just one because once he uploaded into Vision's body, he was able to defeat all the Avengers, right?
Right, because remember, you needed the Soul Stone to revive, to activate Vision. Remember, that was the power source. And so then Ultron, finally in this universe gets into fucking Vision's body. So then with that, basically, that's how he just fucking tears shit apart. Because remember, he doesn't get all the other Infinity Stones until the end of the episode when Thanos shows up.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll get to that.
Exactly. Rod is fucking searching the internet right now. Fans, go on YouTube so you can see the intensity of Rod searching for information. Holy shit. The engagement is real. But yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to Ultron actually for the efficiency with which he handled Thanos. Like this just goes.
It's the same actor. It's the same actor.
Nice. Agent Smith.
I had to get that. No, not Agent Smith. The guy who did Red Skull in Endgame.
Who was an actor in The Walking Dead actually?
Ross Marquand.
Oh shit! I completely forgot that he didn't come back for Endgame. The Red Skull. That it was somebody else. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, awesome shit. Shout out to that guy. But yeah, dude, like fucking I give props to Ultron with you see what happens when you don't talk shit. Like walk softly and carry a big stick. He saw the glove, the gauntlet, interesting, sliced them in half like a hot knife through butter. You know what I mean? Like no games were being played.
Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't really like about that episode, because obviously then immediately, people on the internet, right, on the interwebs, everybody's pissed off because they're like, what, Vision could have done that from the get-go and like fucking half of the universe died and eventually Tony Stark died and we lost Captain America because
Vision's not cold-blooded though.
Facts! I agree with Rod 100% because that was Ultron with like straight up raw machine reaction time and calculation. Gauntlet, whoop. Like that's it. Vision would have had to wait, what is this? Who is that? Like, no.
He would have got philosophical.
Yeah, like none of that. Like, why? Who are you? Why are you here? Like, Ultron doesn't care.
Nah, but I also think it also shows that I don't know. I think this Thanos was a little bit weaker too, because I feel like Thanos could have I don't know, because we've seen him before, use the time stone and reverse shit, and stop him. He couldn't
Nah, bro.
Lasered in half.
Bro, I think that moment proved Ultron's point. Motherfuckers think too much. Motherfuckers think too much, talk too much shit. Fucking portal slice. That's it. And then after that, you had fucking Ultron with all of the Infinity Stones, and there proceeded to be unparalleled dominance. Which has anything like that ever happened in the comics? I keep asking you guys because I've never read that much Marvel. So as far as you guys know, have you heard of any event like this?
Yeah, now I was thinking about real quick that Thanos makes 3 appearances, I think, right? The one in What If T'Challa Star-Lord.
Yeah, that one.
The zombie one at the end. He's like a zombie with the fucking Infinity Gauntlet.
He is?
And
Oh
that-
shit, I forgot about that.
And we never get resolution to that, right?
No,
he
we
doesn't.
don't.
Okay,
No, we
that
don't.
that kind of sucks. But he would have probably just got, I don't know. Anyway, and then we get this version where they recreate the scene where he comes out of like that portal. I thought that was perfect. And then just like fucking crushed right away.
Like he didn't know what was happening on that earth.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for the smoke. Yeah, and Ultron turns out to be like the main villain of this whole series. So you can imagine like he's gonna turn this guy into a piece of shit because this guy's a multiversal threat, like versus Thanos, who was like a universal threat.
And then
Facts.
what's crazy because he becomes a multiversal threat, after he gets the stones. No, and then something I saw online too, like a lot of people are saying too, like about like this goes to show how modest Thanos was, because Thanos really only wanted to kill half of the universe because he thought that was the best thing for the universe, right? Kind of like how the Thanos, like, which was actually voiced by Josh Brolin again in that Chadwick Boseman episode as Star-Lord, that we get the Josh Brolin, especially like there at the end, I think, right? He's in the bar. He's like, listen, half of the universe, like,
it'll work. Hear me
resources, like, so it's like he really was all about that because the Ultron was on a fucking other level because as soon as he gets everything, he's like, oh, I sense the multiverse. And like, fuck.
Dude, fucking, but quick side note once again, I know I'm starting to sound like an Ultron sympathizer, but he's goals. Dude, when he got the stones, he thought himself continuously to another level of consciousness. Like he just kept on realizing shit. That's crazy. And I like how they kind of gave us a little bit of a foreshadowing, like the super dark Doctor Strange, like Strange Supreme. He noticed the Watcher. This is just straight up like, oh shit, like who are you? Like straight up to the point. Like, did the Watcher notice when Strange saw him or no? He I don't think he did, right? Did he? They communicated, right? It was subtle.
Yeah, you're right. I think it was like subtle like that. Yeah.
Now, but this time the Watcher was like, holy shit. Which I thought about that. Mathematically speaking, if you think about this, the Watcher should have kind of seen this coming. Like, if he says it in the intro, which by now he has said 9 times in an infinite number of universes, there's an infinite number of possibilities. You really thought this wasn't gonna happen once? Like, please correct me if I'm wrong. That shit kind of doesn't make, like, it's weird that he was surprised. And is he the only Watcher? Who did he make his oath to? I have questions.
Yeah, right. But don't make it seem though like he wasn't prepared for the eventuality. He was ready to throw down. So yeah, he wasn't ready for that to happen, but he was prepared, like on some Batman shit. Because then you get to see the Watcher flex. I think that's this episode,
number 9,
or the next one.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. 8. That epic showdown between Ultron and the Watcher, is it this episode or the last one?
It's the end of this one, right? It's the end of this episode,
right?
And then
it's the end. Yeah.
He kind of gets his ass kicked, the Watcher, but he puts up an epic fight. I don't know. Maybe he was holding back. It was weird to see him kind of lose because he gets super powerful. Like I've never seen the Watcher on this level, voiced by Jeffrey Wright with beautiful lips. Like I've never, not Jeffrey Wright. Not that you don't have beautiful lips, Jeffrey Wright, but the Watcher specifically with
in his own right. He does. Facts. He moisturizes. OD. But I felt like his suit was like a Tad Kirby-esque, like on the low. It was like a bit of a tribute artistically. I dug that. And I think they made him out to be the only Watcher, which is weird because it's supposed to be a council of Watchers, kind of like the Guardians in DC.
And I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because one thing that I thought was kind of, because yes, first of all, we saw the Watcher, Watu, right? Which is the in the comic books, it's very different because in the comic books, the Watcher isn't the multiversal Watcher. He's the Watcher of the 616, the main Marvel universe. And there's usually, I thought, if I remember correctly, there was one. So like, because actually, speaking of Jason Aaron, we didn't talk about this book, but in his event in the original Sin, they kill the Watcher. And the Watcher's been dead in the comic books for a long time now since that event.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so that's a little bit different. So it's cool to see this version. But the Watcher's never been like bulky with an epic armor like that and throws down. So I was like, what just happened?
Respect.
Yo, but you mentioning the Kirby stuff. Yes, I thought it looked like Kirby, which also reminded me of the Eternals.
Word.
So what's going on there?
Maybe the Watcher's an Eternal. Because what if maybe in the movie they mention his name, like, like after the death of Uatu or some shit? You never know. You never know. And I like the fact that I fucking called it. Oh, wait, which now we're going into episode 9. What if the Watcher broke his oath? Which I've always had that question. Who is his oath to?
Ooh, because actually with that, right? Because that's the big thing, exactly, right? There's an oath. I can't intervene. All I have to do is watch, right? And at least so far from what we know with the Eternals, from the trailers and from the comic book history, is the Eternals also sort of made like a kind of an oath of like they can't really intervene a lot, just big major things. And so like exactly, are they connected in some way? But why would you have Eternals who are like on Earth and then this epic multiversal one?
Duh,
yeah, man, fuck the Eternals.
Nah, y'all bugging, dude. It's like bureaucracy. You need people on every level. You know what I mean? You have people on Earth, then you have people in space, then you have people between universes, But then, like, where does the chain end? Because as far as we know, the Watcher's even above the Celestials. Because the Celestials are contained within their own universes. Yeah, there's some quantum shit.
And the Celestials created the Eternals.
So who created the Watcher? Shit.
Yes, we'll eventually find
Stan
out.
Lee.
Fuck. That's crazy.
We will say, like, at least though we do before this though, we did get we did get I'm pretty sure it was Stan Lee. And
Jack Kirby, right?
Yeah. And we got well, let's double check that just to be sure. Nah, but that we did have the Watchers appear, 3 of them, I think, in the MCU with Stan Lee in James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, though. You guys remember that? With the Stan Lee cameo with the Watchers?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've seen so there's more than one. It's not just Jeffrey, right?
But that's the thing. I was gonna ask about that because just like the Guardians in DC, in Marvel is the Council of Watchers, some shit like that. But it seems like in What If, well, I mean, isn't it more than one Watcher in the comics? It is, right?
Yeah, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Yeah, or is it
1963?
Nice.
Oh shit, 63. From what I know in the comic books, it's only been Uatu. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but all I know is one. And then when he died in Original Sin, there hasn't been another Watcher to show up.
Because I forgot where some shit aside from that cameo that I saw, like it was a group of Watchers. I remember seeing that before somewhere. Maybe it was like like the old Spider-Man cartoon or some shit, the old X-Men cartoon. But I know that wasn't the first time they showed a group of Watchers.
Yeah. I'm looking at a group of Watchers right now.
See,
from Original Sin. I recommend people read that one. I mean, it's been a while, but I remember the artwork being fantastic by Mike Deodato Jr. Big fan, and of course Jason Aaron. But yeah, I'm seeing like a whole like kind of like the Oa dudes, except they're all like beige and bald headed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's and I'm surprised that like you didn't know that one because like I know like I've seen it somewhere. It's not just Uatu. There's a council of them, but it seems like here he's the only one, unless there may be like a damn it can't even be inter-universal because he was the only one in that weird space.
I wonder if he'll come out in the Fantastic Four at some point in the live action with Jeffrey Wright's face. Like that'd be
what if it's Jeffrey Wright? Straight up,
just him.
Live action
with the white silk.
If anything, they enlarge his head with CGI, and then it's him. That'd be dope.
Yeah. So I'm just Actually, we're doing some live motherfucking fact checking for all of you. Yeah. So the Watchers are a race in the comic book lore. In the 616, it's a race. It's known to be one of the oldest species in the universe. committed to observing and compiling knowledge on all aspects of the universe without interference. You know, that's what they chose. And apparently Watu, and we know, was basically actually the first or maybe only one who actually broke that oath with the Fantastic Four. He revealed himself to the Fantastic Four, you know, decades ago. And so since then, like, he was banished by his race. And so then I don't know, right? I don't know what happened to the other fucking Watchers. I don't know if the Watchers are specific to like solar systems, perhaps, or because it can't be just planets or kind of like a guardian, you know, exactly like the Green Lanterns, no, like sector kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, because I was gonna say even galaxies, that'd be too many, dude. Like it would have to be something like sectors. And as what happened to the rest of the Watchers, they kept their fucking oaths.
Oh, you're right. That's why we haven't seen them.
Yeah, that's what. Like they're still out there. Like they learned is like not only have they let mad shit transpire for countless millennia, eons, whatever the fuck giant amount of time you want to measure in, but after only one of them fucked up, not only were their practices confirmed, they were reinforced. Like, fuck no, we're not gonna break our oath. That's what happened to the rest of the Watchers, which makes total sense.
Yeah, but I wonder if they do bring Jeffrey Wright to be the actual live action Watcher in the MCU. Do you think he's gonna have to get like mad buff? Because like the original Watu is like skinny and shit and like just like whatever. And but now we saw this one is fucking like he was ready for that.
Listen, man, I think J.K. Simmons set the standard. All right, I demand Jeffrey Wright get buff. I demand it.
Yo, and let's quickly talk power levels here, because one cool thing about this episode is that you get to see Ultron with Vision. I mean, like a fulfilled Ultron, because he gets Vision's body, whatever. And then he has a whole fleet of Ultrons, destroyed everything except for Black Widow. And then he gets the fucking gauntlet. And then he becomes aware of the multiverse. Yo, it's like this was like the most powerful villain so far, maybe in the entire MCU, if you take this as like canon. Like, and then you have Uatu, who was basically fighting him with like an epic armor and his own like powers. Yo, it was so cool. Like, Uatu's definitely probably top 5 most powerful beings in all the MCU, if this one is canon.
Yo, and just topped by Ultron from this universe. That you're right, exactly. This is power levels we haven't seen in the MCU. And I said this comment before. I think actually that fight also reminded me a lot, very like anime Dragon Ball Z kind of fucking battles, especially because they were punching themselves through the multiverse.
Yeah.
Facts. Basically, this Ultron is what happens to you when you reach the top of Maslow's pyramid of needs.
Also, I'm reminded, like, wasn't that the villain in Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
Maslow?
Is not Maslow. He's on top of the hierarchy.
Yo, fuck you and your needs.
No, like for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, isn't the last boss Ultron with the Infinity Gauntlet? I don't know, fans. We have to look into this.
Yo.
If it is that, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that seems like a pretty like last stage fighting game kind of boss. Ultron with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yo, I'm looking at this epic Ultron Sigma. He's like, yo, what? We gotta play this game again.
That's from what game is that from?
This is Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, so
the second one, right? Or the third?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the third, right?
Oh, because at least in this game, because this is the fusion between Ultron and Sigma, who Sigma, I guess, is a Capcom villain.
Okay. So it's not the
the Mega Man one. Yeah, Mega Man X villain.
Okay.
So, but you're close though. That's probably where they got the idea.
Yeah, word. Yeah.
So another epic level Ultron.
Yeah, that seems just about right. But now that's the thing. After that giant battle, because they were literally like fucking Miguel said, punching each other through realities, which is beyond Dragon Ball Z power levels, to be honest. Are we gonna see consequences from that fight? Because it's not like everything got undone. They saved everything from getting destroyed, but they did damage. Like that shit was crazy, and I'm glad I mentioned it after we saw the episode with the Doctor Strange that he was still out there because he was called upon. So wait, before we get to the absolute end, the Watcher goes out of his way, makes like the multiversal Avengers. You have your Golden Panther, I guess.
Wait. Let's not just skip over that. Listen, what do you guys think about the multiversal Guardians of the Guardians of the Multiverse? Like that's who they were.
Damn, I'm not gonna front. I prefer to get the multiversal Avengers.
I kind of like that too.
All right, let's break down the team. These are all characters that have been introduced throughout the series,
except Gamora, no?
Yeah, that was a whole. Yeah. She came out of nowhere. So we have the latest hot rapper on the streets, Young Thor. Then we have
I think it's Party Thor. Party Thor, that's his name.
Yeah, Party Thor, Golden Panther, because he has like the golden suit. Captain Carter.
Yeah.
Who else was on that shit? Gamora, just with the suit.
And yeah, which is this random scene where we see Gamora with this mecha Iron Man like character, like, and then like apparently this is the only thing is like just also very hand wavy, just to move the plot because she has the machine to break Infinity Gems. Infinity Stones is like okay, sure. So that's that, but it was like Gamora, which was pretty much Gamora with just a suit, like a different suit. Like she wasn't different in any way, no.
And had Thanos's like double sword.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, okay.
But I like how they used that machine because it was a fake plot device. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they used. Cool. I like that. I'm like, oh shit, this is lazy. But like,
oh yeah.
All right. I was like, all right, I'll shut up now. Okay, cool.
Who else?
And then they had T'Challa as a Star-Lord.
Yes.
Which has that ever been done in the comics?
No, I don't think so.
Is that 100% original thing? Because in my opinion, on the low, that might be one of the coolest things to come out of this whole thing. Even beyond Captain Carter, that concept.
All right, so favorite
T'Challa is dope.
Favorite Guardian of the Multiverse. Will you pick Star-Lord?
Yeah. I'll take Star-Lord to T'Challa.
Least favorite easy is young Party Thor.
Wait. No. Rod, what's your favorite? You're like, fuck the
just hating. I went right for the hate.
He wanted to open that discussion just to tell which one he didn't like.
Thor was a waste of a slot on that team. I'm putting it out there. Waste of a slot. But I get how his episode was the most like Disney-esque of all the episodes. So yeah, you have your Disney hero in there. Fuck that. My favorite is fucking Killmonger. Because he was plotting. He's like an evil Reed Richards, but that can fight like T'Challa. Like he's
Nah, I don't know Reed Richards level shit. I'd say he was down, but like
bro, he was
like hacking Ultron and shit. Like I don't know, man. He was doing wild shit.
He did like at some point he did like a Hicks-tuple double cross like across the series. Like he double crossed people that he like. I got confused. Like he's like at no point could he be trusted in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, now that you say that with Rod's comment, kind of reminds me of The Maker, who's a Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe, which was this period of time where Marvel Comics tried to do a second type of main universe comic books that then failed. Not failed, it was pretty good. Like Spider-Man was great. Because then it ended though. Damn. Like it ended like
but it ended like almost organically as part of a good story in Secret Wars. Like it went on a long time. Like I think
not really actually, because like so for the fans out there, that's where Miles Morales comes from. Because Miles Morales comes from the Ultimate Universe, which was an epic run by Bendis, right? And Mark Bagley, who redid Spider-Man, like rebooted him for modern era. An amazing fucking book, amazing run. They kill Peter Parker, and then it leads to Miles Morales. But then that book just ends because of Secret Wars, because Secret Wars was happening in the main universe, and then the Miles Morales book just kind of ends. Like, okay, and so it wasn't like that well. Como se dice, meshed ending. But because the other books, all the books started well. I felt the Avengers by fucking Mark Millar was fucking epic. The Fantastic Four reboot was also really fucking good. So yeah, the Ultimate books were really good, but then it just kind of
Nah, you hating.
Then it
Those books
ended.
were really, I don't know. Those books spawned a lot of like an animated series, Spider-Man animated series, a Spider-Man video game based off of the Ultimate comic books. It consolidated a lot of history of Peter Parker that you would normally get in the 616 into like very few volumes, right? So with Ultimate Spider-Man, like he was fighting Venom by like, volume 5. I'm making this up, but you know what I mean? Like, whereas in the 616, it was years into his history before that happened. So it was meant to be like abridged in a way. Even the X-Men story too. And they did so many things, like you mentioned, Mark Miller, with the Avengers that then became part of the movies. Like you don't even have Sam Jackson if not for the Ultimate Universe. But anyway, I digress.
Yo,
exactly.
That entire conversation happened was just to say that Killmonger's not as smart as Reed Richards.
No, but just
What?
but it reminded me just to bring it back home. Hey, if you're listening still to us right now, you're watching us. We like you. Thank you for
We have
with our just sitting with us, man.
Books.
Yo, and being on this fucking ride with us, man.
That is why you're here, as a matter of fact.
Yo, but yes, all I'm saying, and for the few of you that understood me, is that this Killmonger reminds me a little bit of the Maker, which is the Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic of that universe, the Miles Morales original universe. Not to that level, not to that epic level, but I'll give a little bit to Rod. You're right. He's a little bit getting there because he was, especially with, like, as Chess was saying, the epic double crossing at the end. Like, he fucking double crosses everybody and takes the fucking Ultron suit to get the fucking stones, to try to get the stones. And it's like, all right, that's fucking top.
Yeah, we can even compare him to Doctor Doom, right? Because Doctor Doom, like, he allegedly succeeded in the whole Secret War story, right?
Which we just
what bothers
because Doctor Doom, I fucking love Doctor Doom, one of my fucking favorite characters. He saved the fucking Marvel universe in the Secret Wars because this when we're talking about the Ultimate Universe collapse. All the universes in the Marvel universe multiverse collapsed, and Doom was able to, with his fucking, because he took the power from epic beings and then was able to keep fragments of realities together in one little ball. So thanks and then eventually Reed Richards saved the multiverse, recreated the multiverse, but.
Wait, is that Bendis or Aaron?
Bro, yeah. Jonathan
Hickman, god damn it.
Yo, come on.
I have no idea any of those creators' names except, now you know what? Screw it. I've only heard them once. I haven't read any of that. Jesus Christ. But what bothers me is that for some reason, even though the Watcher knew Killmonger's origins and everything he did, because he sees it all, nobody was watching him. He was just running free, like you know what I mean? Nobody kept an eye on him.
Nah, but I think that's the you're right, because I feel like the Watcher did like a half, like, I'm not intervening, but I will, but just a little bit, because at the end of that episode, right? Because we have this epic multiversal Avengers, we're calling them the Guardians of the Multiverse, whatever, multiversal Avengers. Marvel, Disney, you fucked up with a good name for a team right now. Anyway. It's that at the end, Doctor Strange realized it, right? The evil, not sort of evil Doctor Strange, that he's like, we were never meant to win, and that we were supposed to just trap these guys. And the Watcher's like, yeah, cool, keep watch of them, like I keep watch of the multiverse. So it felt like he knew that was gonna happen, that was hopefully his end game.
Shit, to be honest, I wouldn't doubt it. But fuck, damn, once again, that Strange, once again, is still there. And who was the one that said that there was a hot rumor? I think it was Riot that had mentioned that he might be in the upcoming Doctor Strange movie, or was it Yumiko?
Yeah. And that's still hot. Still fucking hot out there, that apparently he will appear. The other hot rumor is apparently we're gonna see Ultron drones in the Doctor Strange what is it? Madness of the Multiverse or something? Yeah.
The Multiverse of Madness. Shit, that's crazy. And fucking, so all this crazy shit happened. They get assembled. They go through the usual, end of reality shenanigans. People get shot, fight, yada, yada, yada. What ends up fucking saving humanity is Armanzola.
Where the
So
other member. Wait, Mingo, you never picked. Did you pick?
Who-
Was your
No,
who's
I haven't
your-
picked who's my favorite.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you guys. I go, wait, Ches, what did you say? You said which
Arnim
one?
Zola.
T'Challa. I am not a Nazi sympathizer.
And Rod, what was your favorite one?
Killmonger.
Killmonger. Who do you guys think was mine? Like, I'm just gonna say
All
from
right,
the get-go,
all right.
T'Challa was my close fucking second. Guess,
Captain
guys.
Carter.
Rod, what do you think?
Who's left? Oh, the Thor, Gamora. I'm gonna go Star-Lord. No, you just said it wasn't. Okay, you just said it wasn't.
All right, I'm gonna go give it to fucking Ches. Yeah, Captain Carter, man. I loved Captain Carter, man. I thought she was a fucking badass, dude. Like,
She's
I don't know.
dope.
Yeah,
And
something
Black
ab-
Widow. Don't forget about Black Widow. She was in
Yeah,
there.
no, Black Widow was cool too. Like, but I don't know, Captain Carter. Even from the first episode, I really liked her. Like, I liked this because it was like Captain America, but different. And I don't know, like I really liked her, and especially like now here in this other when she came back, she was a complete fucking badass. I'm like, all right, it's cool. I would like to see fucking what is her name, Haley Atwell, fucking buff up to fucking
dope.
play fucking Captain Carter in the MCU because I don't know, I like her the most.
Not facts. That'd be awesome. But that's the thing. Like it's weird. Is like I guess people are enjoying the outlandish parts of What If. The Captain Carter one almost feels like ironically natural. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like it feels so right that it's like it feels like we've had it before.
Yeah,
You know,
because I feel like for me, like T'Challa, I love T'Challa Star-Lord, but for me, I felt like I couldn't stop thinking that it's T'Challa playing as Star-Lord. Like I didn't think it was a real unique character. Like it's still all right, it's T'Challa playing as Star-Lord, but with Carter as Captain America, I think probably because we don't really know Peggy Carter that much, and I never saw the Peggy Carter show. Like
It was I.
I saw like one episode. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm done. Like
ain't it.
and so since I don't know that much about Peggy Carter, really, like in the MCU, this felt more fresh. Yes, because it's not Peggy Carter pretending to be Captain America because she's not even fucking American, right? Like she's fucking British. So it's not her pretending to be Captain America. It is this real unique new character. And then other than that, all the other characters are like the same fucking character, just a little bit different, you know, like and like Killmonger's still pretty much Killmonger, just more epic, you know, and then like, you know, Doctor Strange is still Doctor Strange, just a little bit more evil, you know. Gamora's just Gamora,
a lot more twisted too. He's almost like a dark reflection of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, for
Word
sure.
man. Now,
and even the Black Widow is just
Black Widow.
It's just from another universe, and that is it. So this character was the most unique. Like actually, they're a new person. They're a new character.
do you think that they're avoiding the obvious way to name her because of the mutant character? Like she's not Captain Britain because they have a Captain Britain.
Oh, 100%. And actually, fun, you know, fact for the
Listeners who don't know, because they're probably confused. Like, how come she's not named Captain Britain? There's a character out there with that name.
Right, exactly. So Captain Britain is a character in the Marvel universe that I'm sure we're gonna see them in the MCU eventually. Now that Disney owns now the rights to all the X-Men type characters, because that's a prominent X-Men character. But actually, fun fact: Captain Britain hasn't been a mutant. Captain Britain was always just a regular human that got the powers through an amulet to become Captain Britain.
Oh,
it's not until now, until Jonathan Hickman's run that we talked about. He wrote the awesome Secret Wars book. In his run on X-Men, well, mostly, yeah, I think it was him and Tini Howard who writes the Excalibur book. Betty Braddock, who's been Psylocke, for most people that have known Psylocke, you know, she came out in which one was it? X-Men Days of Future Past? No.
Is she Jim Lee? Or no? I don't know.
Psylocke, yeah, was created by, I think, by Jim Lee and as Chris Claremont, who we saw at New York City Comic Con.
word.
But Psylocke came out in one of the movies played by Olivia Munn.
Yeah, totally.
I don't remember which movie that was.
The Apocalypse.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, X-Men Apocalypse.
In the comic books, Psylocke is the sister to Captain Britain, Brian Braddock, and she is now Captain Britain in the comic books right now. So she's the first mutant to hold the title of Captain Britain. Yeah, which actually apparently all of England hates because she's a mutant.
And of course, the obvious other one, it's not like they could call her Captain UK because then they would call her Captain Cuck.
And Captain Carter just flows nice. Captain Carter.
Yeah, that's valid. Captain Carter's valid. I like that a lot. All right, so overall, so it ends with Black Widow taking an awesome shot with a fucking arrow in the name of Clint, who we can't gloss over this, bravely committed suicide to save the squad. Shout out to Clint Barton, man. We can't gloss over that. His death was fucking dope. So it was the inverse of what happened with him and Natasha.
Yeah. Like pretty much, like exactly the same, right? Because it was like, and this is obviously the episode before. Actually, this is episode 8. This is not the where we saw exactly because that was the heavy.
But we hadn't mentioned it.
We haven't mentioned it because that episode was great exactly because I forgot. You're right. It was heavy. Clint Barton, Hawkeye, and Black Widow, voiced by I think it was Jeremy Renner and some other person for Black Widow.
Yeah, he got time,
which was fun. It was a really fun episode. And then he sacrifices himself, a la fucking Black Widow throwing. Black Widow threw herself in fucking Endgame, but this was more epic because he threw himself shooting arrows and like exploding. Like yes,
facts. Wait, so far that brings. How many Avengers have straight up given up their lives for the greater good? That's Iron Man, Clint Barton, and Black Widow, right? Have any of the other ones done that? Like straight up, I'm going to die
for the Avengers, or like as an Avenger, or in general?
Nah, as an Avenger, like from the MCU.
Okay. No,
like
you mean
squad.
No? I thought 3. Well, I thought you were saying like they gave their life because remember there was that one episode where all the Avengers died, right?
No. If I gave their life, I mean gave their life. I mean, like it's only been those 3, right? Where Avengers straight up said, "I'm gonna die right now."
Oh, Hope, right? Hope epically.
Where
accepts a grim demise. Yeah. On some Starro shit.
Yo, I was thinking that she got the inverse.
That was worse. Wait, no, which one was worse?
Starro was worse. I think you're getting everything from the inside out. Fuck.
One of the most gruesome things I've ever seen in a movie. Go see Suicide Squad if you haven't.
Because on the low, at least Hope.
Wait, what? Which star? What are you talking about? What Starro scene?
Suicide Squad. When he gets eaten up by the by the rats. Because then Hope gets like overwhelmed by zombies and shit. They're all tiny. Yeah. Imagine, bro.
No, but if you think about it, like Hope could at least like she could have like she could have gotten like a rush of adrenaline and shook some off and ran someplace and died kind of peacefully, at least. That Starro shit, you can't escape that.
Yeah. And she kept them zombies fed, for a hot minute.
You know what her death reminded me of? You remember Tales from the Hood? The last one with the slave dolls?
Oh yeah. Damn, taking it back.
God. Fuck, yeah, that's probably where they got that shit from on the low. Somebody was mad high watching Tales from the Hood. They're like, yo, how do we kill Hope Van Dyne?
Damn, Tales from the Hood.
Motherfuckers.
Deep cuts.
Oh, deep.
Yo, is that on Netflix? Let's go rewatch that
man.
Now. Shit.
I think I've seen it on Netflix like a long time ago, but I don't know if it's still there. But
anyway, it was like an old racist white dude, and then he built his home on like a former plantation or some shit, and then
like a burial ground. And the slave spirits were there. And that shit was crazy. I think the dude who played the devil in Tales from the Hood passed away recently. Actually, I forgot what his name was, but shout out to that guy. He was dope. I forgot what his name was. But yeah, so Black Widow takes a crazy ass arrow in the name of Clint Barton, who, we digress in his honor, and then injects the Armanzola virus inside of Ultron, who's actually powerful enough, which I found it kind of surprising to actually, like engage in combat with him and shit, which was pretty crazy. And then they take him down, and then from there you get the massive fucking double cross by this dude, what's his name, by Killmonger. And I even noticed at one point Strange uses the powers of Shuma Gorath. Hardcore. which is some crazy shit, which kind of shows the power level of Shumagorath to fucking bring down Ultron, which that shit was pretty crazy. And then,
but on the low though, it's like if rumors are true, I don't even know if it's a rumor, was it official that Shumagorath, right, this fucking tentacle god-like being, is the villain of the Doctor Strange movie, the next movie that's going to come out. Like, I'm like, is he much of a threat, right? Because if the other Doctor Strange was able to get some of his power and defeat this god Ultron, what?
Damn. Okay, so the question is, will the villain for Multiverse of Madness be on par with the villain for What If?
Fuck.
I think you must. So and I think that's, I remember back in the day, right when What If was about to begin, I don't remember who it was. Either the showrunner for What If, not Kevin Feige, or actually it might have been Kevin Feige. He said he or she, I don't remember who it was, said that What If is going to be one of the most influential shows for the MCU moving forward. So then I feel, because right now the multiverse is fucking, Loki started it with breaking or creating the multiverse, right? So now, and then now we got to witness the multiverse in the What If. I feel like with Doctor Strange, we're gonna deal with all the repercussions of there has to be a multiversal level type of bad guy, no?
And then was the Watcher only watching that one universe before the events of Loki, or did his job get created by Loki's actions? Did he then become a multiversal Watcher?
That's a good question. He must have been.
They gotta explain this. Kevin Feige, we want answers.
Yo, that's like getting handed just like a massive stack of paperwork out of nowhere. Imagine how it looked like around him as it was happening. Oh, that's dope. I want to see that. I want to see a visual of that.
Unless he was created because of the thing, no?
Nah, I doubt that. I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. I think he's always been out there.
I love how you're mad confident. You're like, no, of course not. Come on,
that's
guys.
some Grant Morrison shit.
Nice. All right, so overall, what do we give the series?
And the season,
because the seasons,
because it's already been confirmed they're going to be
getting a season two.
Yeah,
they're like 9 episodes.
So we're getting at least from. So this is the first experiment of Disney Plus, in terms of the Marvel universe of the MCU, right? Because so far we've gotten right WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and What If. Out of those 4 shows, Loki and What If are confirmed second seasons, which is interesting because they're both multiverse related shows, So it's like, all right, we got a big ass movie coming about the multiverse of madness. Spider-Man No Way Home is supposed to be heavy multiverse shit too. So it's like, okay, all right, we'll see. I'm looking forward to that,
dude. Like, I think I've said this in the past now, and I'm gonna say it again. Shit is too crazy to even speculate going forward. Cause you got fucking people like Dormammu out there who they're probably not gonna use again, but you have everything that happened in What If, fucking everything else that's happening on Disney Plus. Fucking, you have Wanda at full power out there. You have the White Vision out there. It's insanity. They got the X-Men properties back. I don't even know. Too much crazy shit to happen.
The one thing I will say that I will speculate now that not in a good way, that I'm worried that this is going to be the downfall. Actually, I think that I hope not, but the Disney Plus may be the downfall. Is it, I don't know, back to another quick in the news fucking section right now. Did you guys hear, this is breaking news from about a couple of days ago or like a day ago, that it's pretty breaking, that Catherine Han, freaking, who we saw her in WandaVision as Agatha Harkness, is apparently gonna get her own spin-off show in the Disney Plus. How? Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about it too, Ches.
That's where we're gonna see your Madam Web and your Beyonder and all that crazy shit. I think that's setting up for that type of nonsense.
Well, I like that. That's hopeful. That's optimistic thinking. I don't know. When I heard that, I'm like, really?
Yeah, I thought the same, but it was like,
do
sounds
we
whack.
No, exactly, Rod. No,
I don't know.
that's what that's what, like it sounds
watched the first one.
unnecessary. But that's the thing. I feel like now, since each of them have their own fucking platforms, like all these companies, is like they're doing the Netflix thing where they're throwing spaghetti at the walls and see what sticks. If you go on Netflix and you look at like the Netflix original section, there's 1,000 things with one season. So now the MCU has such a surplus of fucking money, they're literally trying shit out because just like you said, it's like really like an Agatha Harkness series seems extremely unnecessary and frivolous. So the only way to justify it is to introduce epic characters like that. You know what I mean? Like your Madam Web or some shit.
Damn,
man.
how are they gonna set it too? Like, is it her?
You see what I mean? Like that's
her
wild.
post mind wipe version, or is it about her history? Is it about everything? Like, who the fuck knows?
Yo, regardless, I don't care. Like,
Because what if they make it like where she's kind of stuck in the I Love Lucy shit, and then she just like has that show and it's always black and white and it has nothing to do with like Marvel, but it's just her living her day-to-day life. But it's a platform for the actress to be like a Lucy. I don't know, right?
People,
if it's good,
people would watch that.
Yeah, that's I would be okay with that, you know, because my concern is my concern is that that they'll try to connect it somehow to the MCU and make it bigger than what it, because I worry that it's a cash grab, right? Because it's like, oh my god, like honestly, from WandaVision, you know, I just forgot her name, right? But the Agatha Harkness actress, you know, she's like
Catherine Hahn.
Catherine Hahn is like so popular, you know, the fucking theme song that, you know, she had, which I fucking hate now. I'm like, I don't want to hear that song again. But like it's all been Agatha or whatever it was. It's like I feel like now Disney's like, people love her, let's give more of her. I'm like, no, don't do that. Like that's like I will say at least Netflix hasn't done that though, where they're like, well, people like this, let me just throw that at them, or you know, like they've at least tried to be like, I think this is cool, let's try it, and then no, it doesn't work. All right, they just try everything, you know. It's like
yeah. Speaking of Netflix, if they got that money, give it to the Netflix Marvel people. Bring back John Bernthal. Like that's a show people want to see.
Actually,
what?
Those are fucking huge fucking rumors that I haven't been able to really trace to see, but apparently big fucking rumors are popping up. They've been popping up more and more and more. Are these two that apparently that Disney seems like they might be planning a reboot of those Netflix characters with the same actors, and the two big ones that they just apparently like kind of sort of confirmed is that like John Bernthal will return as the Punisher and Charlie Cox.
Jones.
Charlie Cox.
Jessica Jones. What?
She was mad popular, bro. Her show
over
had
Charlie
3
Cox.
seasons.
But over
but Charlie. But to my defense, I thought Charlie Cox was already like
fair enough. Yeah. Like it was
he's
implied.
already kind of in.
Yeah.
One of the biggest, you know, like tinfoil hat, 3 a.m. fucking 4 a.m. intro shit is that we're gonna get like a pseudo, like the first Charlie Cox as Daredevil, as Matt Murdock back. You know, we'll see him probably in No Way Home as Peter Parker's lawyer, hopefully. But that, you know, that we're getting the Echo show. You know, that's a guarantee. Echo's gonna appear. We've mentioned actually back to Jason Aaron. Jason, watch the fucking interview when we talked about this actually quite a lot, because Jason Aaron made Echo the next Phoenix, and then Echo is becoming because she originally came from the Bendis run in Daredevil, that she was adopted in a way by the Kingpin, and she was sort of a villain and became a hero. A vigilante, like Daredevil. She's getting her own show. She's appearing in the Hawkeye show that's coming out in December, and then she's getting her own show. That's a guarantee. That's confirmed. Echo's getting her own show. The idea is that because Echo's heavily tied to the Daredevil lore, that we're gonna have it. That Echo's pretty much a continuation of Daredevil. That we're gonna have Charlie Cox Daredevil in the show with Echo, but like Echo's the protagonist, but Daredevil's there. I'm like, yo, let's do this.
Yo, we need all the John Bernthal and Charlie Cox we can get.
Yo, honestly, all of those. I want Jessica Jones
Michael
back,
Coulter.
the same actress. Michael Coulter,
word!
Jessica Jones. What's her name again?
Ooh. What do you mean?
She's not Anne
Kristen.
Hathaway. That's another white.
Ritter, right?
Kristen Ritter.
Wrister, yeah.
Even though she looks shockingly like Anne Hathaway. You're absolutely
No,
right.
they have like a long,
Bro,
graceful.
she looks nothing like Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, low key,
Not
and
even,
they look alike.
I don't know, man.
Nothing.
Side by side. No.
But the main question though, but Danny Rand, the actor, do we want him back or
Fuck Finn Jones? No,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good. We got
Bro,
we got another blonde white dude.
I don't blame him.
No,
Because he was cool in Luke Cage season 2. I like that Heroes for Hire episode. Like I didn't really watch. I watched season 1 of Iron Fist, but then that episode alone is just like who's handling him as Danny Rand.
Yeah,
that's the way I took it.
No, and I just started because I've been one day we'll do this episode, but like I've been rewatching Daredevil, the whole Netflix shit. You know, I watched Daredevil season 1 and 2, and now I'm on Defenders because I'm following Daredevil's story, and I just started watching, and I'm like, yeah, Finn Jones as Danny Rand, he's okay. He was just handled not well. Like like let's just get a new showrunner, new screenwriters, and all that. But yeah, Finn Jones, I'd give him another chance.
One of the reasons I don't like it is because during the filming, I heard some, like a few reports on the interwebs that he wasn't really into the martial arts aspect of the show. Similar to the shit they said about Pattinson, that he wasn't down for all the hardcore training to become Batman, that Finn Jones was a little bit lazy, like about the martial arts practice. Fuck out of here with all that shit. You need to give yourself to your sensei to be Iron.
What if that's just haters making shit up, trying to hate on internet 3 a.m. guys?
Yeah, because apparently the Battison stuff, the comment, I remember hearing, apparently that was like him trolling people though, because he knew people would get pissed off about that. And so that's his commenting about that. So which I love. It was great.
Well, speaking of which, just a quick aside. Next week is Fandom. It's next week, right? Or am I bugging? Am I jumping ahead?
Next weekend, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's next weekend. Yep. And I think we're gonna get a whole new trailer for the Batman. We're gonna have a whole episode on that. If you're still listening to this episode, thank you. We need you. And also tune in next week or whatever, very soon for our Fandom episode.
So we digress wildly. What do we rate What If? I give it a solid 8.
You know what? I would love for consistency. I would love to remember what were our ratings of the other Disney Plus shows, like for Falcon and Wanda and.
Nah, man. I try not to go by. I go individually.
Nah, but you're right. So you gave it an 8.
I think we gave Loki a very high.
Yeah, so it was like a 9.
Rating. Yeah, I think Loki.
Not
me. And Tez went like 10 or some shit. Didn't we both go like 10 or 9 for that? And then
some shit like that. I give this an 8.
All right, so Chess is an 8 and Rod, get better.
Let me think, because I did look forward to this show. Because I'm trying to gauge it based off of that, because there's so many shows to watch now. How likely was this one to pull me? Right now, it's between this and Stargirl. I enjoyed both of these shows very much. Titans I watch, but it's like a labor of love. Like I'm just there, like, oh, be better. But it has fucking Nightwing and it has Red Hood, so I must watch it. But this show, on its own merit, got me coming back each week. I'm gonna go like 8.5.
Yeah, so that brings it up to about an 8, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I haven't given mine. Like,
I thought you did.
I think you're averaging just us too. Yes, 8.25 so far. But then we're gonna round down.
Some exact motherfucker, right?
All right, so Ches, you gave it what, an 8?
A solid 8, straight up.
Yeah.
You ride it to 8.5.
8.5.
8.5.
For What If?
What if McGill made up his fucking mind?
It's hard because also this is like a different experience. It's like a cartoon show. It's 30 minutes long.
All right, because this is my thought. This is my all right. So what goes into my review is like, how important is this for the MCU, right? Like, do we have to tell people, you have to watch this? It's really fucking fun. No, you don't. Not really. If anything, we're like, if you care about the MCU, you have to watch a few episodes. Like, there's certain episodes, like Doctor Strange episode, the last 2 episodes, and maybe Captain Carter's episode, and then, but that's really it. All the other episodes don't really fucking matter until the end. You can just know they're multiversal people. Who cares? Who cares their origin? Who cares the story?
Yeah, word.
You know, so it doesn't really matter that much.
Right, like Gamora.
Yeah,
This could be easily like a hour and 30-minute movie if you just do a condensed version.
Facts.
Easily.
Facts.
So with that in mind, and then like thinking like overall, because each episode was like, because it went like really from from fucking zombies, which was a shitty fucking episode, to like the Thor one, which was like, I guess a little better, to then like the Doctor Strange one, which was epic. It's way too volatile, because at least all the other ones, WandaVision, Loki, and Falcon were at least pretty consistent throughout, you know. So because Loki was the one I liked the least out of the 3 Disney Plus shows originally, and I ranked that the lowest because of it. But at least it was consistent. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna give a What If a 7.5.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, comparing it to the other shows, it is. I didn't even think of it that way. Like, it's
because I'm thinking
shows, but it is, but it's not. I mean, it's. I don't know. I questioned how canonical this shit was from the get. I don't think it really is. And if we see any like sprinkles of it in Multiverse of Madness, I'd be surprised. Maybe a nod for the deep cut fans, which has something to say.
No. We're just going. Yeah, like I was listening to you. That's like okay.
No, yeah, because
you're doing that pen thing, DK. Like,
oh no.
DK, come on, man.
Oh no, not at all. I was just listening, and I was doing the math on the side. I was legit just listening to what you were saying, because I myself am hoping that it's like super canonical. Like I'm hoping it matters a lot, considering how like they started with Thanos and they need to keep going bigger and bigger. Like I'm hoping that it matters a lot. Right. And after all our 3 ratings, it averages out to about an 8.
Yeah, and I think it's best taken like if you watch this one detach, and it's easy to detach because it is a cartoon, so it's easy to detach from the proper MCU. But if you're gonna watch any show like and not give a fuck about continuity, this has to be the one, because it's meant to be. It takes place in multiple continuities, you know, and it's all fucking crazy. But yeah, but when compared to the other shows, this one, it definitely is the weakest. But as a show, as an experience, as a fan, you know, a good show.
Right. Exactly. Because that's the problem about, because like, am I going to recommend, I feel like, how am I going to recommend the show to people? Right. Because it's like, I'm going to recommend it with mad caveats, be like, all right, well, this episode's good. This not so good. This is okay. Like, you know, but then at the end, it all kind of makes like it's like, so like as a show, as a whole thing, you know, because I feel like for me, it's like what they kind of messed up with a little bit. I kind of would have liked maybe if they really didn't connect and were really just individual stories that don't have to connect, because then that's kind of cool, because then it's like it doesn't matter. And then, you know, but then because now I'm at a place where like, well, you kind of have to watch everything because it connects at the end, but it doesn't matter, right? You know, because like if you like say if I tell people to skip the zombie episode and then they see zombies drop in the last episode, you know, it's like, well, if you're a completist, you kind of have, but it doesn't really matter, you know, for the story, you know. It's like, so that's what I didn't get. Like, is it a story? Was the show one story, or is it like several little stories that don't really matter? And it's like I couldn't. It's a little bit of both, you know. It's like, it's Watu's story, it's the Watcher story, sort of. It's like, I don't know. At least Loki was one story. All the other ones, Falcon was one story. Everything's one story. And this is like, I think they fucked up by trying to make it this one big multiversal story at the end. It's like, you didn't have to do that. Like, maybe save that for season 2 or something. I don't know.
Right. Like if there were multiple seasons, could you like scramble them? You know how they give like shows like in the evening and shit, like Batman or Looney Tunes, and it's kind of like a random episode. It rarely is like in order. Could you just scramble these all up and just watch them without any regard for continuity? Like, I wonder if that's what they're gonna eventually go for.
I think you could.
Yeah, like it had that old school cartoon vibe where it doesn't. It kind of begins and ends. It gives you a whole like experience, and then you're done with it. You know, like
yeah. I agree. All
right, so I think that settles it. That gives it a solid fucking 8. And as far as What If goes, to be honest, that's pretty much irrefutable. Like, I see no holes in that rating. Our knowledge and our opinions, which are facts, are absolute. We are the Legion. That shit gets an 8.
Yeah.
Down. I'm with it.